What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, man? It's Flight Sports TV, man. I told y'all we was coming back. We got a nice topic today, man. I appreciate everybody showing me love on the last videos. I hope everybody having a happy holidays out there. We're gonna be talking about Lamelo Ball today. We're gonna be talking about a couple of things. I got a couple of things coming back to back today, so y'all hit that bell on that icon, hit that subscribe button. You feel me? He scored 0 points. I'm gonna kind of break it down as best as I can, and along with some of the other pieces on the Hornets and that basketball team, and where I see them, where I see what we all gonna see the future of this team, especially this season. And we're gonna get into it. Before we get into it, like I said, happy holidays. We got Christmas rolling around. Shout out to everybody that's celebrating. I hope everybody having happy holidays. I am. You know, um, it's a family time, man. We got a lot of basketball too, and that's some of the best parts of Christmas Day for me. Over the years, all I know is I know from 12 o'clock till 1 is non-stop, and I love it. We got so much basketball on tomorrow, it's not even funny. And we start off the day with my team that we all know, my adopted team, because I'm a Knicks fan, and I'm gonna get into that a little later. But it's Flight Sports TV. Let's get into it. So we got Lamelo Ball. Like I said, let's not waste too much time. 0 points. I caught some of that game because, remind you, I was watching the Pelicans game, so I was kind of on and off. So I'm watching a lot of different games, but I was mainly focused on the Pelicans. Of course, everybody had to put an eye to Lamelo, right? So I'm watching him. He's obviously coming off the bench. I'm not sure if people know that, because a lot of people think LaMelo's just going to come in and just take over the NBA. With this team right here, it's kind of a log jam at the point guard position. I'm not sure if people are actually monitoring the Hornets. They really have a log jam at that position, which I do feel like it's just temporarily, because I do feel like Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak, they're gonna figure something out. They're some smart guys. LaMelo Ball is gonna get the keys to the franchise, and what he does with that when he gets it is gonna be on him. But none of these two guys that in front of him, including, and I like these guys, Terry Rozier, and also Devontae Graham. And I think Devontae Graham is one of the most underrated players in the game. He only had 10 points, but that guy, he could really score. Terry Rozier, let's not gloss over the fact he dropped 42. See, the situation that LaMelo Ball is in, he got two guys playing in front of him. They not giving anything away. You understand? So LaMelo, they endorsing him. Hey, we love him. Hey, this is one of the most happy going teammates we've ever had. They're gonna say all the right things, but they're not gonna give LaMelo Ball. They're not gonna let LaMelo just come in there and take over. You understand? It's just not gonna happen like that. Not right away. You know. So the problem is, I do see one of these guys getting traded. But scoring 0 points. I don't really gloss too over. It's the first game of the season. He's a rookie, and that's the problem. We don't give young players enough time to grow. You had Anthony Edwards. He dropped 15 last night, number 1 overall pick. Even Wiseman, he had a iffy. It's hard to judge because he playing on the Warriors. They getting annihilated. So it's kind of tough to judge first game of the season, with some of these young players. You got to give these guys time and really evaluate them towards the midway through and a large part towards the end, but him scoring 0, like I said, I don't think it's nothing to gloss over. He only had 15, 16 minutes, and like I said, that's a large part of this log jam that I do feel like is just temporarily. They're going to make some moves to give him his playing time. But I think next game, I was just evaluating their schedule with the Hornets. Bottom line, this team is going back to the lottery. Okay, so they lost last night to the Cavs. where Terry Rozier dropping 42, him playing like out of his mind. He's only boosting his trade value, So now we look at the next game. I say, listen, the Hornets, their next best chance to win a basketball game will be their next game this Saturday against the Oklahoma City Thunder, because I'm just looking at their schedule. After that, I don't see where the win is coming for a while. You understand? The next win I see for the Hornets could be on the 11th of January. And I'm gonna get into some of these teams that they're facing before then. But their next best chance to win is Saturday against Oklahoma City, and I don't see that just being a walk in the park, because I just don't see it. This team is, like I said, I just don't see it. Let's get into some of these teams that they're facing after OKC. They got the Nets the next game after. So they're back to back. They're going against the Nets. And then they got the Dallas Mavericks. I see Dallas taking the Hornets. You got Memphis, the way John Moran is playing. Come on, let's be real. We got the 76ers. Come on, Joel Embiid. Doc Rivers got Joel Embiid playing like the second coming of Shaq. You understand? They got a back-to-back against Philly. I seen them get annihilated both games. You got the new improved Hawks right after that. And then you got the Pelicans. So I don't really see where the win's coming from. This team could easily start this season horribly. So it's not nothing to really evaluate with this team, because this is a potential, not a potential, it's more guaranteed of a lottery team. The only way I don't see that is unless certain players like Gordon Hayward, he take that next step, which I do feel like he's in a better position to with this roster than with the Celtics. But just keeping the focus on Lamelo Ball, you got to give him some time. A lot of people just ready to just throw the oil on the fire, but these are rookies, man. This is the first game of the season. You had a pandemic going on. They're not getting they didn't get a proper summer league action. It's a lot of factors with these rookies. So you out of all years, you really want to be kind of patient this year. Because they didn't have a proper process like other rookie classes did. LaMelo Ball's like collateral damage in that, But I do see, I see the sky being the limit for him. The playmaking ability is going to be there. He only played 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So as they start making some moves and some decisions with this roster, then I do see, him taking off. Terry Rozier will most certainly be traded. So where we're at and what they can get for him is going to be, the wheeling and dealing in the front office, what they could come up with. But what I do want to tell the people is I wouldn't get too caught up with LaMelo Ball coming off the bench, because I'm not sure if people remember or even was, like I said, because I actually was eyeballing and keeping in contact, not while keeping like in touch and see what's going on when he was in Australia with the NBL. And a lot of people don't remember, like I said, it's like a second-tier caliber league than the NBA, but you did have former NBA players that was in there. And one of his teammates on that team, where I'm going with this is LaMelo came off the bench to start off in Australia as well. So don't get caught up with the process going on. I'm pretty sure he's not getting caught up because he knows he's going to eventually start. It's just some decisions and some moves going to have to be made. Trade value is going to have to increase for some guys, and whatever they do, they got the organization is going to give him the keys eventually. But where I'm going with this is, it was my guy. I damn near forgot his name. His name is Aaron something. I forgot my man, Aaron Brooks. Pardon me. Yeah, Aaron Brooks was a beast when he was with the Bulls. He played in a different time when the league right now. Aaron Brooks couldn't come back to the NBA because he's too small. He doesn't play good D. He would just be a liability. But at a point in time, he did have a place in the league, and he filled it up, and he was actually in front of him in the NBL, because he was obviously a better player at that juncture of their careers. He got hurt. I believe he tore his ACL, if I'm not mistaken, or an Achilles. It was one or the other. In a season-ending injury, and that's what gave him the keys to eventually take over. And then you hear scouts flying out and all kind of things going on, and that's what I see a similar situation taking place right here with Charlotte. this team is like 2 to 3, 4 years away from, possibly being competitive. I would just, like I said, this is an upstart team. Just don't get caught up and don't think that they made a mistake or whatever. I do feel like they could have went in another direction because you do have two strong point guards. They didn't have to take Lamelo, but I do understand why. Because I'll tell you what, even though this doesn't win basketball games, but like I said, you got to give him time. Terry Rozier, my man Devontae Graham, these are good players, right? Even Gordon Hayward. These guys, Charlotte had a attendance issue as well. They don't really have a lot of fan support outside of Charlotte. You understand? There's not many Hornets fans across the country. Lamelo, I'll tell you what, if it was no virus going on, that arena would have been jam-packed, sold out, people outside in the parking lot tailgating, all because of him. And I'm just putting that out there. So I do understand why they took him, but they could have went in another direction because you do have two decent guards, and now you got a situation where you're going to have to let one go to give him the keys. But we're going to leave it at that. Y'all let me know your thoughts. It's Flight Sports TV. Don't get too caught up with him scoring 0. He's going to eventually break through. And just be patient. These are rookies. It's Flight Sports TV. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope everybody having a good night. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to take your support to the next level, donate. The link will be in the description box below this video. We pulling right back up. It's Flight Sports.